Hi everybody, it's Gail from Gail's Bookish Things. I have an unboxing to share with you today. My very generous husband surprised me with 4 BENU pens. These are the mini or Pixie style pen. These were ordered from Pen Chalet. I don't know which is which, so I guess if I look closely at the box, I would be able to figure that out. But let's just be surprised. And then I got these out for comparison. Okay, let's start with this top one and take a look at each pen. This is the Aqua Glow. Ooh, isn't that pretty? As the name suggests, aqua with silver shimmer in there. Kind of even looks golden in a way, but I think it's just because it's going through the bluish color. And then this really neat gray that's kind of light and dark, kind of marbly looking, and kind of glitter, like a little bit bigger chunks. Not as many sparkle aspects as like right through here. A little finer shimmer here, and then a little bit bigger pieces through the silver part, and more delicate looking there at the top. These are all medium nibs. I've been wanting to try a medium BENU because all of these are broad and I absolutely love them. It was kind of neat, you can see down through there. So the big thing that alarmed me, I was watching a couple reviews before my pens arrived, and it was that these don't cap very securely, and it seemed a little odd to me that they would sell a pen that didn't cap securely. But then somebody else said, Hide Journal said, push it on and just turn it just ever so slightly. And it seems pretty secure to me. And so there it is. It's a nice size pen when it's capped. It doesn't feel or seem small. And I don't remember what size nib this is, but let's just compare a minute. By the way, you might note that this is a silver, like chrome color stainless steel. I think these are number 6s, so is this a 5, or did somebody say somewhere that it was a number 3? I don't know that much about nib sizes. Like, I understand small, fine, medium, and broad, and so on. But the actual size of the nib, I think I heard described as side to side at the shoulder here of the nib. So I'm not sure what that one is, but it's much smaller than these. A narrower grip, but definitely doesn't seem too small. I don't hold it way down there, kind of somewhere in the middle. This is a little bit not my usual go-to color, but something about this beautiful aqua color really drew me, and the shimmer in there is quite lovely. Perhaps you have already seen videos on these. They come with a cartridge. There it is. A blue cartridge, which I will try out. I believe it's just the standard short cartridge, international, what do you call it? It's a standard short cartridge. I don't think I'm getting the name right, but look at it. Without posting it, it would be doable, but it'd be kind of funny. So I will definitely post them. And I had also seen on a video somebody comment that this indentation is a good place to grip the pen to cap it or uncap it. So quite lovely, very pretty. I have some grays I really enjoy using. One of my favorite grays is Grisarage, and that would pick up on the gold here, the shimmer element, but I also like Van Diemen's Cradle Mountain Gray. And then a couple of my turquoise inks would look really fun with that. So there is not a roll stop. So just watch out for that if you get one. And I need to take a sip of coffee. That tastes good. We just got back from a trip visiting our son in the Marines, and these pens were waiting for me when I got back this afternoon. Oop. So let's look. This is Aurora Gold. And this one, I think, probably was one of the top ones that caught my eye. And so I pointed that out to my husband. As you could see, there's a reason why I think I'm drawn to this one. I just love these warm, toned, caramel, honey, tan brown. You know, if you could just have one word to summarize those, I'm not sure what it would be. Amber. This and this have a similar look, don't they? And somewhat similar there. This is a little more lighter, more golden or honey toned, or these are more deeper. But wow, look at the gorgeous shimmer, chatoyance. That's quite beautiful. This is really pretty. It's deeper in color than this. This one's called Aqua, and this is almost maybe a little more turquoise leaning. Oh, that's so, so beautiful. Remember, this was a silver toned nib. Excuse me. And let's take a look at the nib on this one. Well, that's a gold tone, which I think is the perfect matching, and I'm glad that they chose to do a gold nib with this. That is so pretty. Little chunkier size pieces here, where this is more dusty, powdery looking. It's very pretty how that gold kind of seeps into the turquoise color. Okay. Oh boy, it's going to be hard to pick out what color to use with that. But I think I might try like ancient copper, or possibly my Lamy turquoise. Trying the posting again. So if you just set it on there, yeah, it's going to wobble. If you push it a little, it feels pretty secure, honestly. And that was a concern. So maybe if you knocked it around, it might come loose, but push and just turn just a little. And that seems quite secure. And then just kind of gently release that. Okay, showing you the two together now. I do not like the lighting. These are very lovely, but I don't think the lighting is doing them justice. Wonder which one you would pick. Right now, if I had to pick one or the other, I would pick this one. But I really like this. And this, to me, seems magical and wintry. It'd be a really fun pen to use Christmas time, or even after just the winter months, where you're not thinking holiday colors so much, but just icy and cold looking. Okay, which one is this going to be? This is the coffee brown. If you know me, I am a coffee drinker. I came into drinking coffee reluctantly, and then now I do enjoy a good cup of properly creamered coffee. Gold tone here, a mix of a medium and dark brown. Kind of, again, I feel like it kind of looks like wood in a way. And then there's gold specks throughout, but not nearly as sparkly as something like this. It's got that to it, but it's much more sparse. So it's a little more of a conservative look as far as the sparkle and shimmer go. Another gold tone nib, matching perfectly with the gold BENU. These will all have the blue standard international short cartridge. So I don't know if you say standard or not, but international short. Yes, that doesn't post like that. Push it a little, and it's on there. Very comfortable length. I don't usually do this kind of comparison, but let's just see how it looks with the briolet uncapped. This is still a bit shorter, definitely being a pocket pen. I think the nibs are the same size, the briolet and the Pixie. Slightly shorter, but not hugely so. Very little tiny pen. So we have gold writing, gold nib, silver writing, gold nib, and gold writing, silver nib. It will not bother me at all, but I would switch that if I was the designer. I would make the gold on there and the silver on there. It makes more sense to me, and then it matches the nib color, but in the whole scheme of things, it is not an issue. I wonder if I could set these on something. No, just do that. So this last one then will be another color that's very much me, and that is the Honey Bronze. Obviously, this would be the bronze part. Let's compare it to this. A little more golden tone here. Not as much here. Oh boy, the light. This one, oh boy, gorgeous. Look at how you can see the nib through the cap. I like that feature a lot. So it's this, guess I don't know bronze. I don't know that I would call this bronze, but it's quite pretty. Lots of very tiny, dusty, sparkly parts, as well as a little bit bigger pieces. Some like layering looking there, like stripes almost. And all that little delicate yellow leaning shimmer element is throughout here in this lower part of the cap. And then a chunkiness to it there, which is kind of a BENU thing. See it there. And then also with the silver toned shimmer and the bolder segments there. This is so pretty though. I really like that transparency. Again, unscrew it. And then here we have the gold with the silver. I would do that gold too, but it doesn't matter. Maybe it shows up better. That's why they do it that way. Not going to cap if you just post, if you just do it like that, but give it a little push. Yep. Nice grip. Very pretty pen. All right. Fits in nicely with my kind of theme here, doesn't it? So does this one. It's kind of like that and that go together. This and that go together. They sort of overlap. This darker brown isn't really seen in any of my earlier ones, but it's not like they have to match. This is kind of fun for me to see here how these work together. And then if we were going to tie this one in, it would be with the blue aqua turquoisey element. This has a little bit of green. I'm seeing too as it lays flat, like what's first getting the light is turquoisey, and then with a green hint in the more shadowed part of that. Very beautiful. All of these are so lovely. I don't know which one I will ink up first, but I will pick one and come back and we'll try out the medium. It'll be the first time using, as far as I can remember, a medium nib on a BENU, or at least of one that belongs to me. So I'll get my husband's input and we'll come up with a little plan here, and I'll be back to do the first writing sample. I am back, and I forgot about the whole cartridge element, so I didn't choose one of my own inks that are in bottles. I just decided to activate one of the cartridges. Do you have a guess on which one I chose to use first? If you picked Aurora Gold, you would be right. So later when I put my own inks in it, I may go with one of these colors. I'm loving the green element that's mixed in with this. And like a blue turquoise, and also think it would be really fun to maybe use something like Color Versus Martian or Diamond Ancient Copper. I don't know. Lots of options if I want to go more with the golden brown color there. And again, not that they have to match, but sometimes I think it's fun to try to make them work together. So I'm going to push it and just do a little slightest twist on there. So this is a blue cartridge that comes with it. When I first got my Briolette, gosh, 4 years ago, I used the blue cartridge that came with it and really, really liked that ink. So I think that's what's in here. I did make sure it was working so we wouldn't spend time just watching me scrape along here, but I didn't ponder it at all. So let's go ahead and give this a try, and I will kind of lower this. I'll also try to zoom in on it when I edit it. If I remember, I'm kind of sleepy right now from our trip, so I'll do my best. Love the gold nib with this gold. All the little gold aspects. I think that looks really pretty. This cap though, that's drawing my eye. So neat looking. All right, so this is the BENU Pixie, and oh boy, looks like Pixie. I got a little extra line there. BENU Pixie medium nib. This is just flowing absolutely perfectly. Very happy to try the medium, and it has a nice generous flow. It does not seem dry or too narrow at all to me. Aurora Gold, and then it's the BENU short cartridge. I know I'll be repeating if you've watched anybody else's videos. You cannot use the Kaweco regular converter. It won't fit, but there is a new kind of Kaweco converter that kind of folds down. The plunger part, the piston part, twists down. I do not have one of those. I'm happy just to use the plastic cartridge and just refill it or take out this ink when I get tired of writing with blue and putting in a different color. But this to me is a very nice blue. It's a deeper kind of blue, which I like writing with generally. BENU Pixie fountain pens from my hubby for Valentine's Day. Whatever their blue ink is, it's a wet ink. This is smooth. You may hear a little bit of the little sound as it goes across the paper, but it is not at all rough, not at all dry feeling. Very satisfying, perfect first time to write with this. There's nothing more frustrating to me than when you get a new fountain pen and like the nib's just not quite right. You're like, oh, you know, I love it. I want to love it, but I don't like that it's scratchy here or it feels a little dry or whatever. This right out of the box is superb. Let me show you. I was just noticing how pretty the cap tops, the finials of the pens all look together. And they are just slightly concave. And there's just a itty bitty bit of a bevel. So there's the concave, a little bit of a beveled, and then down into the rest of the pen body. Bottoms of them are really pretty too. You kind of get a concentrated look of the color scheme. So yeah, real fun. I think I'm really going to enjoy those. I like a big chunky pen for sure, but there's something just kind of cute and quirky about these that I think will be really delightful to use. Super lightweight, but when you're holding it and writing with it, it feels substantial enough. So there, if you have wondered about the BENU Pixies, here's 4 of them. And thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon. Take care.